What's up, guys? MD Investor again here with another episode in our series on Black wealth. Today, we're going to talk about involving your children or educating your children in personal finance from a young age, right? There is a there is an idea out there that there's things that we don't talk about: politics, religion, and money. It's rude to talk about money, and I believe that is a very horrible idea, that we don't talk about money, and then the children grow up not talking about money, but everybody's having problems with it, and there's no solutions giving, there's no ideas of best practices and how to control your money, and then the mistakes get compounded from generation to generation. So talk to your children about finances. Of course, it got to be age appropriate and all that, but there's ample opportunities, I believe, for us to involve our children in finances and learning good habits. For example, just something basic as income and expenses. Um, where does the money come from? Well, mom and dad works. Okay. So right there is an opportunity to say, yes, Junior, mom and dad works, and they get paid a salary. Okay. Do you know what that's called? Yes, paycheck. Okay, absolutely. Do you know there are other ways that you could make income? Right. That's the money. That's what the money is called when mom and dad works. Okay, so right there, you are now opening your child's mind, because they may not have heard that, because when you think of money, think of you work, but now you're gonna pour into them. There are other ways to make money. As a matter of fact, the money that mom and dad earn is called active income. Okay, because before maybe all they had in their mind was called a paycheck, it's called a salary, it's called whatever. But now you're giving them a category. It's called active income. And do you know there are other ways to make money without working? Now you get to kind of pour into your children. Yes, as opposed to active income, these other ways of earning money is called passive income. Really? Okay, yeah, passive income. You don't work, but you still get money. How does that work? Okay, now you get an opportunity. Well, some people have money in the bank, and you put money in there, and then the bank gives you a little extra on top of it. Yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, that's interest. Okay, that's right. That is a form of passive income. That's interest. Okay, and now you can begin to pour into them. There are other ways of making passive income, and then you could start talking about dividend income. You could own a share of a company, and they will pay you money. Maybe you log on to the computer and show them, right? Show them a company paying dividends, especially a company that they know, right? Go on and say, how we went to McDonald's last Saturday? This is the McDonald's website. McDonald's pays a dividend. Wow. Okay. Now you can start talking about other forms of income, right? So perfect opportunity. Maybe you may know somebody who rent. Maybe you rent. You know how mommy and daddy works, and then they have to pay the rent at the first of the month? Yes. The landlord gets the rent, right? But they're not working for it, right? That's a form of income. Okay. Okay. Right? Mommy and daddy work, they get active income, then they give it to the landlord. And from the landlord's perspective, that income is passive because they're not working for it. They're getting that because they own the property. Then you can begin to talk about it. And maybe that will even lead into, how do you buy a property? You know, right? How do you buy a property? Well, typically you need a down payment. And if you already have a property, you can say, well, the same way mom and dad bought this house. Okay, all right, yeah. But we live here. This is our primary resident, right? This is our primary residence. But we live here. This is our primary residence. So now it gives you an opportunity to talk about, how do you buy a property? Maybe what are some of the expenses from the landlord's perspective involved in owning a property? How does the landlord's income get taxed? Maybe give you an opportunity to talk about depreciation. What is depreciation? What is appreciation? Right? Um, so you see there are opportunities out there for us to begin to pour into our children, financially speaking. We can talk about different forms of income, capital gain income. Give some examples of capital gain income, right? So give them examples of capital gain incomes, right? You buy a property at this price, it goes up in value, and you sell. That gain is called capital gain. You bought a stock, or you buy a stock at the one price, it appreciates in value, you sell it. That gain is called capital gain. Then you can talk about short-term capital gain, how that's taxed and treated differently. Long-term capital gain, what is the difference in that? So there are ample opportunities out there, I believe, for us to involve our children in personal finance, from just the income and the expenses that we have in the home, how we can control or lower our expenses, right? How we can increase our income, the difference between the income and the expenses, why we need cash flow, why we can't spend everything we have, what to do with the cash flow, how to invest it, single stocks versus ETFs. There's ample opportunities out there, I believe, to involve our children in personal finance, so it becomes very normal. Okay, they become very normal, and by the time they get to be 15, 16, their knowledge is going to be so foundational because you've been doing it for a while. And also, they're going to get more involved when you open their own account for them, and to see their name, and to see that they own this, and how it's going, what is the return on investment over the past year, right? Look at the chart. Well, how much money did they start with, and how much money do they have now, right? When they get their allowance, or when they get the allowance, or their birthday money, or money from their after school job, or Christmas money, or whatever they get money, now they can begin to start thinking, I can't spend all of it on video games. I can't spend all of it on clothes, but I want to save a portion. I want to save a portion for tomorrow. Okay? Yes, we have to live and enjoy today, but we also have to think about tomorrow. And that's what investment is about. Investing is about planning for tomorrow. So I believe there's ample opportunities for us to teach our children about finances in our everyday life. Okay? So again, guys, this is the MD Investor with another video trying to increase our financial IQ so we can break the cycle of generational poverty. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. MD Investor out.